beautiful day it is to be out here, the green fields, just laughing and enjoying life. Golfing. Golfing is what keeps me and most golfers alive. It is our heartbeat. And without it, I don't know where I would be. Because there's nothing like the green bright fields that keep us alive. There is nothing like swinging and making the ball in the hole. It's just a natural high. And it brings out the real you. Because if it wasn't for golfing, many people will be out doing nothing, ruining their lives. But with golfing, you are a beautiful person. Because this is a beautiful sport. All you need is a club, a ball, a hole, and a grass. You can do it on your neighbor's yard, your own yard, or even anywhere to be exact. So before you can start off golfing, you might want to look into the history of golfing. And I think I know the person just to ask. Hey Anna.
Yeah, what's up?
Could you mind telling us where golfing started?
Actually, the origin of today's sport can be traced back to Scotland in 1457 when King James II outlawed it because it took away from military training. So instead of training, they were just playing around on the field, messing around. But by the 17th century, it became a very enjoyable pastime in Great Britain where friends, family, young and old, they just went out and spent time together. Finally, by 1860, that's when the popularity of the sport spread nationwide, when Britain held its very first open tournament. But just like any great sport, golf does come with rules and techniques.
In order to play golf, one of the first things you must do is learn the rules to golf. Though there are many specific rules to golf, there are a good number of basic ones. The first and most basic rule understands what the point of golf is. The general game of golf consists of playing a ball with a club from the teeing ground into a hole by a stroke or successive strokes in accordance with the rules. Here are some basic rules. The holes must be played 1 through 9 or 1 through 18 on the golf course unless otherwise noted by the committee. A player must not move a ball in play or alter any physical condition with the intent of affecting the playing of a hole. You must tee your ball within a club length of the hole. You must also keep the ball on the ground. You are not to change the ball with which you strike off the tee. No person at holding the ball is to be allowed to mark the hole with a club or anything else. If any person seems to be in the way, or a dog, and stops the ball while in play, the ball that was stopped must be played where it lies. Any motion of a stroke while your turn is in play and the ball is struck, that actually counts as playing the ball, so your turn is over. The person whose ball is the furthest away from the hole shall go first. Now knowing some basic rules on how to play golf, you can now get started by understanding some of the equipment like the different types of clubs and drivers and such that Chase will go over.
So in our golf bag right here, we have usually 14 clubs. It consists of our woods, which we have right here is our driver. It has the biggest head of them all. It's light. It's most flexible out of them. The driver is made out of a graphite fiber. You have a three wood. This will help you with your distance. And then we have our hybrid, which is a club that's usually used in between a wood and a metal iron. This just gives you a little bit more control and allows you to hit the distance that you prefer rather than using a wood, which will go over what you like. Next up we have is our irons. We have anywhere between 3 and 9. The pitching wedge helps you with like your lofts and just getting you out of those tricky situations. We have a pitching wedge, we have sand wedge. Those are the two most common that I prefer. And then finally you have your putter. Your putter's usually a smaller, just a straight head. This is just for short distances and controlled swings. And so basically your club is either going to be made out of a graphite or a metal iron. And so it's usually about 35 to 45 inches long half-inch thick here more at the grip, and it slowly gets smaller as you go down. The head is made from pressing and hammering very, very carefully so that it gets that form that you like.
Jason Day, Phil Mickelson, Arnold Palmer, what do all these golfers have in common? They have excellent and legendary form. Now, golf form is very difficult, frustrating, but if you nail it, you can get an amazing shot. What you want to do first is get an iron. Right now I'm using a 6 iron. You take your left hand, you wrap it firmly around the club. You take your right hand, then you place it right under the other hand. Make sure your thumbs are overlapping. Okay, and you want to get a nice, comfortable grip. Arnold Palmer, he had one of the most legendary grips ever. This is the classic grip. Arnold Palmer's grip crossed his index finger and his pinky finger, and he had an amazing shot. Then you want to take your feet, make sure they are shoulder lengths apart, and then you want to evenly distribute the weight on both feet. Make sure you're not leaning, because if you lean on your front of your feet, your shot is going to go to the right or to the left every time. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Firm grip, then you're always going to want to look down at the ball and then do a nice full easy swing and follow through.
Now that you're in position, you're ready to swing. The swing has 4 components: the backswing, downswing, impact, and follow through. In an article of Golf Digest, author Peter Morris said that the backswing should be a natural rotation of the golf head, hands, wrists, arms, shoulders, and finally hips. Your right arm should stay close to your side, and your left arm should straighten as the club head reaches the 11 o'clock position. In the downswing, you will reverse the rotation of the backswing: hips, shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, and finally golf club. Your weight will shift onto your left leg so that your hips are in line with the ball. In impact, your hands should be slightly in front of the golf head so that your left hand is straight and your right wrist is bent. Finally, the follow through, where you will send your ball, hopefully, to your target.
Well, now we know a little bit more about golf. We got to learn the history, the origins of where it came from back in 1457. We got to learn a few basic rules from Ryan on how to play this game properly, how to make it fun and enjoyable for everyone. And also, we got to learn a little things about the equipment, the right golf clubs to use, and also the technique, because technique is really important about this game, because that's how you really get to play this game properly. Kevin, he did a good job explaining on how, get the form right. You got to really line yourself up with the ball, make sure you're a good distance away and you can actually hit the ball. And the swing part, that's also a really good, important motion. It's very hard to hit the ball if you don't have the right form or the swing. And, finally, it's just an all-around good sport to play. It's fun, it's quick, it's easy to learn. You can bring the whole family. It's just a good day, any day like today. It's perfect just to go out there and go swing the ball. See you guys out on the course.